This is Steve. Steve found a video online that promised to triple his money in 30 days. He watched it twice. Then he made a decision that would change everything. Steve had $8,000 in savings. It took him 3 years to save it. 3 years of skipped vacations, cheap lunches, and saying no to things he wanted. But that night, he didn't think about any of that. He thought about how slow his progress felt. $8,000, growing a little bit every year. Slow, painfully slow. So, when a stranger on the internet promised him a shortcut, Steve listened. Not because he was greedy, because he was tired of waiting. The man in the video sounded confident. He showed screenshots, he showed profits, he showed people claiming they got rich overnight. And for the first time, Steve started wondering if he was doing everything wrong. Maybe saving wasn't enough. Maybe investing slowly wasn't enough. Maybe everyone else had found a faster way. So Steve transferred $4,000, half of everything he had saved, into a coin he had never heard of a week earlier. For a few hours, it looked like the best decision of his life. The number went up. Then it went up again. Steve couldn't stop checking his phone. He felt excited. He felt relieved. He felt like he was finally getting ahead. Then everything changed. At 4 a.m., the price collapsed. Not down 10%, not down 20%, down 40% in 11 minutes. Steve refreshed the screen. The number got worse. He refreshed again. Still worse. Again, still worse. By sunrise, his $4,000 was worth just $600. $600, 3 years of saving, gone overnight. Steve opened the app again later that morning. $612. A few minutes later, $608, then $605. Every refresh felt worse than the last. For the first time, Steve wasn't thinking about getting rich. He was thinking about how hard it would be to start over. This is where most people stop the story. Lesson learned, don't gamble your savings. End of story. But that's not actually the real lesson. A few days later, Steve realized something. The coin wasn't the real problem. The real problem was what he believed. Steve thought slow progress meant no progress. Every month he saved money. Every year his account got bigger. But because it happened slowly, he barely noticed it. Then a fast opportunity appeared. And suddenly, 3 years of steady progress felt boring. That's what made the shortcut so dangerous. Not the coin. The belief that slow success wasn't working. 2 weeks after the crash, Steve did something different. He didn't open another trading app. He opened a spreadsheet. He wrote down every dollar he'd ever saved and what it had quietly done for him. It had covered a broken phone screen. It had covered a month of rent when his hours got cut. It had given him room to breathe. Slow money had been working the entire time. He just hadn't been paying attention to the right kind of growth. Steve started rebuilding, not by finding a better investment, but by changing how he saw the money he already had. He automated his savings again, same boring percentage, same slow pace. But this time he labeled the account differently. He called it the foundation, not the backup, not extra, the foundation. 6 months later, Steve hadn't gotten rich, but something had shifted. When a friend mentioned a can't-miss investment at a barbecue, Steve felt the same pull. That same flicker of excitement. But this time, he recognized it. He smiled, said maybe, and changed the subject. Because Steve finally understood something most people never do. Getting rich fast isn't usually about bad luck. It's about how invisible your slow progress feels until the moment you actually look at it. This is Steve. Steve tried to get rich fast. And in the end, the only thing that actually got faster was how quickly he learned to trust what he was already building.